Good afternoon. My name is Fuad Abdul Khalif. I'm Dean of the School of Education. On behalf of our faculty, staff, and alumni, I welcome you to the School of Education's 2019 graduation ceremony. This just is a glorious day, isn't it? It's a happy day. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day from all of us to all the moms here. Graduates, mothers, fathers, guardians, siblings, parents, daughters, sons, friends, and families. Few are the moments in life like the one you are now experiencing. Moments where you could not be more proud of your own achievement or the achievement of your friends, family, and loved ones. Graduates, whether you've just earned your initial credentials to become a school teacher, counselor, psychologist, or principal, or an advanced degree toward a career in educational research or leadership, among the many other careers we have prepared you for. Make no mistake, yours is an achievement to be proud of. You and all of those who cheered for and supported you spared no time, effort, or treasure to make possible earning your degree. To partake in this ceremony today, you have worked very hard. Our faculty, I bet, made sure you did work very hard. These credentials you earned from Carolina School of Education, one of the best schools at the heart of one of the best universities in the nation and the world. Take a moment to look around you and take it all in. You have arrived. These are challenging times for all of us in education. Distracting noises and voices can be very loud. Voices that gauge a college degree solely by return on investment, success only through personal accolades, careers merely by the luxury of early retirement. We hear voices that want us to fear diversity and difference rather than embrace and celebrate them, to shut doors rather than open them, to bathe in privilege rather than empowering others to access and share in this privilege, to shy away from challenges rather than take them head on. Voices that want to diminish lives of service to the public and for the public. Amid all of this noise, we at the School of Education are not worried about you going out there. We came to know you, and we are confident that together we arrived at crucial lessons about what truly matters and how to go about making things better for all the students and people you will serve. More than any domain out there, education has the power to break down barriers, lift up individuals, and empower communities to rise and thrive. We have seen that you are committed to realizing this transformative power of education. We know that you will work hard to guide and teach children how to read, how to respect evidence and appreciate the beauty of mathematics and science, how to make reasoned arguments and play a musical instrument, how to imagine, create, and innovate, how to assess their own thinking and think for themselves, how to negotiate their hopes and fears, and how to collaborate with others. We know you will lead organizations with courage and wisdom and make policy with judicious regard to all stakeholders. We also know that you'll research and discover how we can all get better at all of that work. Above all, we know that you will be advocates for the less privileged and underserved, and that you will be steadfast in your belief and in your effort to serve and empower all. In these times, we have an urgent need. Graduates, we need you to help move our nation forward. We need you to help build bridges across differences. We need you to help facilitate conversation that too often gets consumed in heated rhetoric. We need you to help us recognize and celebrate the shared values that bring our communities together. We are sure that you will be able to do all that. How do we know? Well, you would not be here today graduating from Carolina School of Education if we were not sure. It is my great pleasure to recognize those who are seated on the stage today. Please hold your applause until all are recognized, and I ask all who are introduced to stand and remain standing. First, I'd like to welcome Dr. Zolvi Stevenson, our speaker today. Next, members of our school's leadership team, your family is over there, Zolvi. Dr. Jeff Green, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Director of Graduate Studies and McMichael Professor. Dr. Jill Ham, Associate Dean for Research and Faculty Development and Friday Distinguished Professor. Dr. Diana Lees, Assistant Dean for Educator Preparation and Accreditation. Dr. Dana Griffin, our incoming Chair of the Faculty. Finally, I am most honored to introduce representatives from our distinguished faculty, all of whom deserve special recognition for the contributions they make each and every day to our School of Education. I invite you all to please stand up and be acknowledged. Please be seated. And now, I would like to ask Dr. Jeff Green, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Director of Graduate Studies, to come forward and introduce our speaker.
Good afternoon. I have the pleasure of introducing our graduation speaker, Dr. Zolvi Stevenson, Jr. Dr. Stevenson is a native North Carolinian, having grown up in Greensboro. He earned 3 higher education degrees from North Carolina University, his bachelor's degree from UNC Asheville, his master's degree at North Carolina A&T University, and his PhD in educational psychology with us here at the Carolina School of Education. Dr. Stevenson went directly into education administration, working first at the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction as a regional coordinator of research, teaching, and accreditation. He logged 17 years working in state and district-level educational administration positions. In 2008, Dr. Stevenson joined the U.S. Department of Education when he was named Program Director for Student Achievement and School Accountability Programs. In this role, he managed multiple programs, including the $14.5 billion Title I program for economically disadvantaged youth. After his service in the federal government, Dr. Stevenson re-entered academia. He joined the faculty of Howard University in Washington, D.C., serving as an associate professor and as an administrator in the School of Education. He also served on the faculty at Bowie State University in Maryland. In 2015, Dr. Stevenson joined Philander Smith College in Little Rock, Arkansas, a 142-year-old historically black institution of higher education. At Philander Smith, Dr. Stevenson serves as Vice President for Academic Affairs and Chief Academic Officer. You may appreciate that in that role, he helped preside just last weekend over Philander Smith's commencement ceremony. Dr. Stevenson is an active academic. He served on more than 100 dissertation committees. He is a contributing author to the American Association of Colleges for Teacher Education's 2019 Book of the Year, Millennial Teachers of Color. And he has authored more than 26 journal articles, book chapters, monographs, and curriculum audits. Dr. Stevenson has provided leadership in his field. He has served as a vice president and executive board member of the American Educational Research Association and as a president of the National Association of Assessment Directors, as well as on other advisory boards. Those advisory boards include some of ours. Dr. Stevenson has served on our School of Education Foundation's advisory board, and he is currently a member of our board of visitors. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Dr. Zolvi Stevenson.
Good afternoon. To our dean, faculty and staff, family and friends of the graduating class, to my family, and to the outstanding class of 2019. I guess I should stand back from this. was 35 years ago on Mother's Day that I sat in Keenan Stadium to be awarded my PhD in educational psychology. I will tell you, though, that the biggest attraction on that day is that basketball great Michael Jordan was a member of the graduating class of seniors. It is an honor for me to have the opportunity to offer remarks and best wishes to you today. As you continue to contemplate what is next for your career journey, I share a poem authored by Robert Frost entitled The Road Not Taken. And graduates, you have a little card, a little bookmark. You can follow along in a way. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps a better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing our way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a road, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. I will focus my remarks on that last sentence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. The poem alludes to choices or options made and not made, and vaguely to an outcome that made the difference. That last line is meaningful to me because I, too, have chosen the road less traveled in my career. And I believe it's okay on your journey to choose a different pathway, to take the road less traveled as you pursue your goals. The road that I have taken in my career has not been linear or part of a long-term plan, but it's evolved in approximately 3 to 5 year increments over time. And I won't bore you with that trajectory, but you have it in your program so you can read it. So in various jobs, I was encouraged to take on roles because I was viewed as a staff member who did quality, timely work, could speak and write well, and could follow direction. I have fumbled along the way. I was selected to be the resident director of Morrison Hall at Carolina. Any of you know Morrison Residence Hall? Yeah. 900 mostly freshman students, as well as 20 RAs and an assistant area director who had bonded deeply with the previous resident director and who were resistant to working with me. I did some things that made the situation worse, came to near battles with drunken football players, had one student jump from a balcony and break his back in a Juliet-like scenario, and had a student die in a car accident. I hated that job and decided to resign at the end of the first semester. I was at the dissertation stage at that time and had not written a word since taking that resident director job. That is, until I turned in that letter of resignation. Others have also had setbacks and some failures as they've endeavored to achieve their career goals. Take Abraham Lincoln. He is considered one of the greatest American presidents. But did you know that he endured a steady stream of failures for 27 years before being elected president? He lost his job. He was defeated in his run for the Illinois state legislature and Illinois House Speaker. He failed in business. His sweetheart died. He had a nervous breakdown. He lost 2 runs for Congress. He lost twice in campaigns for the U.S. Senate, and he lost the nomination for vice president. In 1860, he was elected 16th president of the United States. Another example, Michael Jordan, considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time, has stated, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career, almost 300 games. 26 times I've been entrusted to take the game-winning shot and miss. I have failed over and over and over in my life, and that is why I succeed." While I've had to regroup and things did not work out the way that I wanted, the road that I have taken has led to 4 successful career transitions, and I'm preparing for a 5th at semi-retirement approaches. So what have I learned that I can share with you to encourage you to think about some of the values that have aided me and which can also assist you on your journey? And the remaining minutes, I will focus on 5 important beliefs and values that have aided me as I pursued my career goals: respect, scholarship, service, spirituality, and integrity. The first value is respect. Respect for self, respect for others, and respect for the school of education. First, respect for self. Know that by your mere positive presence, you add value to the world around you. Acknowledge to yourself what you have accomplished, and know that you are worthy of respect because you have a story and a set of experiences and achievements to make a difference in the lives with those whom you interact. Respect for others focuses on acknowledging the value and contributions of people who occupy the same space as you. Everyone, from the custodian to the leaders of the 3 federal branches of government. Their unique roles and contributions enable you to navigate and to do the work that you do. Respect them for the frame of reference that they bring to the table and what you learn from interacting with them and their perspectives. I learned how to successfully survive in stressful political and academic settings by listening to the administrative assistants and secretaries who knew the players and the politics of the work world that I inhabited, and who gave me tips on how to navigate and avoid the pitfalls and certain people that existed in those settings. You should also show respect for this school of education. As you celebrate earning your degree, take time to acknowledge what the School of Education at Carolina has provided to you. You have been instructed by outstanding faculty. You've been exposed to people who are like and unlike you, and have learned to deal with different philosophies and opinions. You've mastered the body of knowledge for which you are being recognized today, and are now prepared to go out into the world and share what you have learned. Make a point of thanking the dean, staff, and the faculty who have taught, guided, and supported you as you matriculated. In fact, let's give them a round of applause now. Okay. You have been given much via your UNC education, so do not forget to give back with your time, talent, and treasure. Contribute as you can to the fundraising efforts of the School of Education. Mentor students who come after you in your program areas. Identify opportunities to share your knowledge and expertise with the university. All right, I'm now on the second value, graduates. Scholarship. You have learned much through classroom interactions, the course materials, experiential learning, and your own research efforts. Read the professional journals and other publications in your field. Continue to study materials that aid you becoming more proficient in pedagogy and content knowledge. Take the opportunity to journal, write for scholarly publications, and present at conferences. Your scholarship will enable you to network with others as you practice your craft and facilitate your rise in your profession. Also remember this: the more you write, the better you will become at writing. The third value is service. Giving back to the communities where you live and work is an obligation, in my humble opinion, for those who have benefited from higher education. Take the opportunity to give back to others as a thank you for what has been given to you. Volunteer with programs and services for children and youth and other organizations. There are some benefits of service. I joined Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity as a graduate student. In my fraternity, the expectation is that membership is lifelong and that service to your community is ongoing. But as a byproduct of my fraternal service, I have been granted access to an international, multi-generational band of brothers with whom I can talk and network and even assist along their journey. You can build similar types of networks while serving others through church groups, clubs such as the Rotary or Civic Hands, and on and on. For example, after I resigned as resident director of Morrison, it was one of my fraternity brothers who aided me in getting my first job with the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. The fourth area, spirituality. For me, and for some of you, a belief in a higher spiritual being or force beyond ourselves is important for providing a context and meaning for life. My belief in a God that is greater than me has helped me to understand my place in the world. I have not been able to solve all the problems that presented themselves to me in government or as a college administrator, but moments of prayer, meditation, and quiet reflection have enabled me to deal with some tough situations and to center myself when everything around me seems to be chaotic. The fifth and final value, integrity, is important in building and maintaining the trust and confidence of colleagues, friends, and family. Integrity is the quality of being honest, fair, ethical, and trustworthy. I worked at the U.S. Department of Education for 11 years and observed that every 2 years or so, new political appointees, often folks in their early 20s, would work on presidential campaigns with limited to no work experience, were brought on board at the department and other federal agencies to work on policy issues promoted by the political party of the president in office at that time. Those 20-year-olds were frequently told in their personnel orientation sessions not to trust us career staffers because we were going to undermine them. However, they needed the expertise of career staffers to get the job done. It was because of the integrity of many career staffers that we learned to work together effectively. Risk-taking, or taking the road less traveled, has long been affirmed in human history. In ancient times, it was said that fortune favors the bold. More recent wisdom says you got to go out on a limb sometimes because that's where the fruit is. A basketball analogy states you can't steal second base if you don't take your foot off first. The risks of inaction can be even greater than the risks of acting. The bottom line here is that there is not a specific immutable script for the next steps that you take career-wise after you finish your diploma this weekend, after you're awarded your diploma this weekend. You might choose a road less traveled to achieve your professional goals. You may do things out of order. You might have to work around a barrier or two or some bumps in the road. But ultimately, you will achieve success that is meaningful to you as success will be for the person sitting next to you today. Some of you already know where you'll be working or perhaps be immediately attending graduate school. Some of you will be like me, have vague notions for success, but will not have a concrete long-range plan to achieve those aspirations. Whichever road you take, several of the human values that I've spoken of today can potentially help you to pursue your goals. They can lead to you being valued in the workforce as a respectful, trustworthy, and honest person who has the intelligence and the work ethic to get the job done. Congratulations to the UNC School of Education class of 2019. As a School of Education alumnus, I am so very proud of you and wish for you every success and happiness as your journey continues. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Stevenson. I now ask Dr. Jill Ham, Associate Dean for Research and Faculty Development, to step forward and assist me in congratulating the degree candidates. I also ask program coordinators to move forward as students from your program are recognized.
Good afternoon and welcome. Graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Culture, Curriculum, and Change. Lauren Tarabokia Kendall. Graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Cultural Studies, and Literacy, Megan Evelyn Herder. Sujin Lee. Natasha M. Clark. Jeremy Trad Godwin. Tori A. Staton. Graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Educational Psychology, Measurement, and Evaluation, Daphne Christine Mills. Graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Learning Sciences, and Psychological Studies, Lana Marie Minshew. Michael D. Wolcott. Nikki Glover Lobzowski. Graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Policy, Leadership, and School Improvement, Rhonda Taylor Bullock. Graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Teacher Education, and Curriculum, Jamie Cudlitz. Graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, School Psychology, Lauren Renee Banger. Erica Nicole Pollock. Cherish Richey Williams. Graduating with a Doctor in Education, Curriculum and Instruction, David Paul Brooks. Tima Clark. Graduating with a Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership, Jackson Tanner Olson. Graduating with a Master of Arts, Educational Innovation, Technology, and Entrepreneurship, Benjamin Joseph Triolzi. Daniel Jenkins. Samantha Ann Cullum. Zhang O Sheng. Jia Yu. Jan Zhao. Graduating with a Master of Arts in Teaching, Lindsay Jewel Lovelace. Ezekiel Abraham Bailey. Shelby Danielle Robertson. Christina Eleanor Horn. Michael Andrew Villanueva. Joseph Christopher Rogers. Molly Jane Matthews. Margaret Ann Donnelly. Meredith Sumrall. Barbara Cronin. Sumaya Lansari. Emma Louise McAdams. Nelson Jared Lopez Rodriguez. Eric Wu Royer. David Martin Sowers. Jeffrey Scott Kennedy. Nicholas Matthew Tedder. Helen Lee Anderson. Jenna Benson. Emily Crichton Audelay. Taylor Rebecca Dunham. Mackenzie Lauren Wilson. Christina Michelle Adkins. Caitlin Amber Hedlund. Alexandra Megan Graham. Jennifer Marie Gay. Allison Shea Quillen. Rachel Marie Bundy. Barry Nicole Locklear. Audrey Eleanor Von Ansberg. Bo Peng Seaman. Catherine Stables Cuthbertson. Samantha Maying Hutchings. Natalie Francis Cross. Joseph Edward Glenn. Emily Ann Reeder. Olivia Renee Somerville. Mary Catherine Clemens. Sarah Grace Patton. Margaret Ann Morrison. Laura Elizabeth Wenzel. Adeline Laurel Luke. Suzanne Michelle McClendon. Lennox Baylon. Kaya Catherine Bednar. Rachel Cox Perryman. Kaylee Marie Halpin. Hannah Catherine Jeter. Billy Gray Lane. Melissa Jean Letzler. Brenna Catherine Lewis. Derek Marion. Kimberly Miller. Sarah Selena Pruitt. Shaylee Carson Shaw. Reem J. Cabot. Samuel K. Weisler. Graduating with a Master of Education for Experienced Teachers, Amber Patrice Jones. Roxana Rojas Sierra. Crystal Johanna Sovero. Amy Elizabeth Magranette. Caroline Smith Sykes. Christina Marie Wren. Nicole Lee. Amy Elizabeth Rather. Graduating with a Master of School Administration, Savannah Ellenberg Alexander. Kelly Ferguson Workman. Ashlyn Reeves Over. Robert Grayson Dale. Anne Nicole Coward. Carrie Ann Eden. Jacqueline Ray Novotny. Ryan Mullaney. Chanel Boyd Terrell. Christina Bryant Delucci. Joyceanette Ratley. Carl Adonis McDaniel. Tanae Nanandi Walker. Kara Lena Robinson. Kertisha D. Jones. Kelly Hall Park. Ashley Megan Clark. Stephen Conley Rayfield. Sarah Willie Stevens. Melanie Ann Sanchez. Shane John R.C. Robert Benson. Rachel Lynn Thomas. Michael Franklin Sutton. Teresa Jo Outlaw. Edward Hagee. Harrison Ross McNeil. Jamie Sue West. Graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Education, Human Development, and Family Studies, Anasia Dowell. Congrats. Margaret Eleanor Smith. Danielle Leanne Bruce. Catherine Ann Wright. Jessica Rose Judy. Fiona Kate Schauger. Gabrielle Brigida Tiffin. Nicole Christiana Mackenzie Moore. Lauren Cudlip. Marisol Davida Carr. Danielle Amanda Farron. Jacqueline Dugan. Cindy Noemi Oropeza Dayton. Annie Mae Ford. Hannah Brooke Godat. Ashlyn Elizabeth Steelman. I apologize. Ashlyn Steelman was was completing the honors program in education. Also completing the honors program in education, Danielle Lee Russell. Also completing the honors program in education, Morgan Page Wolfhill. Also completing the honors program in education, Catherine Ann Thayer. Leah Catherine Rope. Morgan Ann Vickery. Casey Aurora DeMarco. Mackenzie Paris Fletcher. Allison Francis Blair. Allison Jane Ibsen. Zoe Elizabeth Dom. Kayla May Helm. Brittany Alexandria Bailey. La Princess Michelle Lane. Alexia Drew Lucas. Aaliyah Padia Young. Asia Moore. Catherine Louise Pyatt. Jane Mebane Kennel. Caitlin Riley Braxton. Lindsay Suzanne Meissner. Elizabeth Ashley Nelson. Kendall Grace Bradley. Chloe Nicolette Locklear. Grace Margaret Smith. Kayla Paige Witt. Leah Lucicharo. Madeline Bianca Ray. Jessica Almarie Scott. Megan Elizabeth Parker. Mary Brian Pope. Nicole Alexandra Hauser. Madison Brooke Jenkins. Marina Wynn. Livia Grace Guglielmi. Lauren Grace Atherton. Emily Louise Fallon. Sally Blanchard Allen. Graduating with a Bachelor of Music, Music Education, Alan James Botwick. Christina Ruth Beasley. Elizabeth Christine Morgan. And graduating with a UNC Baccalaureate Education in Science and Teaching, Paige Simon Springman.
One more round of applause for all our graduates. Thank you. I told you this was a happy day. As we come to the close of our ceremony, I'd like to say a special thank you to our event organizers, Dr. Ann Bryan, hiding back there, our Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, and Miss Lori Norman, hiding on that side, our Director of Alumni Relations, as well as our other staff members and student marshals. Thank you. Graduates, I leave you with two thoughts. First, Peabody is now your second home. You now are part of our family too. Once a Tar Heel, always a Tar Heel. Stay in touch, tell us how you're doing, and come visit with us, everyone, every now and then. Second, and most important, recall that money markets do not make wealth. Rockets do not get to space. Computers do not make a trillion calculations a second. Instruments do not make music, and presses do not produce books. Our world is not propelled by all these innovations and creations, but by the people who imagined and created them. People propel the world. You now join the long-standing and honorable ranks of educators. You will build minds, nurture spirits, and strengthen people's resolve. Go out there and propel our world. This concludes our recognition of our candidates for degrees and our licensure completers. Thank you all for being here today. At this time, will you please rise and remain standing as the platform party leaves the stage. Once the platform party has left the stage, graduates must exit up the stairs and out of Smith Center as another ceremony begins shortly. We hope you can join us at the Blue Zone for our reception beginning at 3:30. Thank you and congratulations.